Today I'm making a short video to show the configuration of a Speechmike with the Philips Dictation software, but what I say will apply for any Dictation hardware and any Dictation software. And the configuring on the thin client, the interesting thing is that to achieve this there is no specific software to be installed on the thin client. Now the Axel terminal is not Windows or Linux based. It just runs RDP and ICA direct from the hardware, so there is no option to install any specific drivers onto it, but we don't need to because we can support it using generic commands. So just to show it working, first of all, I've not programmed all the buttons, but I've programmed buttons to record, play, fast forward and fast back. You'll see later that we can program any of the buttons on here to do any functions or features that you want. So just to show it working, I'll press the record button which toggles on and off. So it's now recording, and I'll just say testing, testing, 1 2 1 2 testing. I'll press the record button again and that stops it. I'll press the fast rewind, the fast forward to show it working, fast rewind, press the play button. So it's now recording, and I'll just say testing, testing, 1 2 1 2 test, and I'll stop it. So that really is showing all that a Speechmike should do: recording, playing back, and using the buttons to control it. The tracker ball also works as you'd expect it to work, as do the buttons. So I'll now run through the configuration of the terminal and the Philips software. So within the configuration, select Work List Shortcuts, and here you can program any of the functions that the software supports to be launched by pressing keyboard keys as opposed to pressing keys on the Speechmike. So I've configured stop to be Control F3. I chose Control F3 because it's not commonly used by other applications, but you could use Alt F3 or just F3, that doesn't matter. So the key thing is to give unique keystrokes for all the commands that you want to use. Now I didn't program all of them. I could have programmed, well, up to 8. There are 8 keys on here, but I just chose to program stop, playback, fast forward, fast back, and down the bottom here, start stop recording. So you need to program those values into the Philips software. So at this point I could just press, for example, F4 on the keyboard and it will start recording. That's the first stage of the setup. The second stage is to enter the Axel setup, Control Alt Escape, go into Terminal, go into Voice Recorder, and if Voice Recorder isn't there, then contact Axel. You need to get the specific firmware which has the ability to map the buttons. And here I've entered against the buttons on the actual Speechmike the keys which have been mapped to do functions within the software. So I'll just program one again. So a new button, you hit the space bar, you pick any button you want on here. I will pick the insert over button, and then come down to other. The predefined commands here are the commands which would be used on a Microsoft keyboard, the play and record buttons on top there, so they're no good for a Speechmike. If we go into other, then you press the key you want to program. So for example, the next one for me would be Control F6. So now when I press insert on here, I'm effectively sending a Control F6 from the terminal to the software, and it'll be up to mapping the function insert against Control F6 in the Philips software, and then when you press the insert button here, it would have the effect of the insert command as expected. The other setting to set is within Sessions, Session 1, Redirected Resources. Make sure that play and record are enabled. That's for the speaker and the microphone. And note that we're not using remote FX in this particular case. So that's all there is to it. I hope you found that interesting. If you have any questions, then please contact your local office and we'd be happy to help. Thank you very much, and bye for now.